Look what I got in the mail. A few bare root plants. Today I'm going to show you the things that I bought. I'm also going to show you a quick way to get them in the ground to get these plants off to a good start. First thing we're going to plant are the 4 hazelnut trees. These are improved hazelnuts. I'm going to plant them right here on my property line, right here on the fence line, because they don't mind a little bit of shade. You got to use every square inch of your property to produce things. Hazelnut would be a good one. Again, they don't mind a little bit of shade, and they make a good just screen barrier during the summertime. They do lose their leaves in the wintertime, but get you some hazelnut, put them right there on your property line. It's a great way just to keep things beat back, and also it's a good screen. So let's get these in the ground. I did weed it, but other than that, I didn't do anything to it. Watch how easy it is to plant. 1, 2. Make an X in the ground with your shovel. Loosens it up just enough for you to get in there. Then you take your plant. I got these from Mountain Time. I've been impressed with them. They come well packaged with a great root system. As you can see, they all go to one direction, but I'm going to get it in here. Spread those roots out just a little down those 4. I'm going to get those in there just like that. Get it in there good. You're done. Go to the next one. So all I've done is remove the weeds. I'm going to take my shovel and I'm going to make an X right in that soil. And I know what you're thinking. It's hard. It's compacted. Yep. You're right. And I'm okay with that, because if I make a bowl, those roots are going to get a good start. But the problem is, they're eventually going to have to try to break through that hard soil anyway. So what I do is I loosen it up just enough to get my plants in the ground, get them a good start, but almost immediately, look at that quick, they have to start making their way, their roots through the native soil. It gets a little slower start, but overall, it's worked for me great. I want you to see how messy all this is. This is part of the reason I want to put some hazelnut here. I already have some back here that's in full sun giving me production, but I need the hazelnuts to grow up to kind of smother this out, to beat it down, to shade it all out. And so this is why I'm putting my hazelnut right here also. If I'm going to put something to shade everything out, let's put something that's going to make a little something to eat. It's ready to go in the ground now. The last one I'm putting in is a Jefferson. It's an improved hazelnut. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to have to watch this carefully because I do have these dewberries that are coming up around it. Make sure that doesn't choke it out, but we'll keep those at bay until it gets a good start. So I just put this in the ground, spread those roots the best we can, come back in, and it's in the ground. Keep the tag on it so I don't, let me pull that weed right there. Keep the tag on it so I don't mistake it for something else. And in a few years, it'll be ready to go. Let me show you how it's worked for me in the past. I know what you're thinking. It won't work. That's too easy. Well, here's some hazelnuts I put in the ground the exact same way. These went in last year. These two actually went in the year before. That's a mulberry, but that mulberry went in the same way also. But this one here, with this beautiful leaves here, this is our first hazelnut, went in about 3 years ago, and I did it the exact same way. So it works. It's easy. Just make you a little slit in the ground, make you an X, and it will take. Also bought a deep purple crabapple. It's supposed to have leaves that are purple or red almost all year. I have a spot in my front yard along the road. I put blueberries, and then behind the blueberries right here, you can see I have some loquats. I'm trying to make an area that our neighbors can also get some things too. I want to be generous. And so I'm gonna put this crabapple here. It's gonna anchor the edge of my blueberries, and it also provides a way for my neighbors to grab some crab apples. Maybe they want to make some jelly, maybe they don't, maybe I get them all, but at least it gives them opportunity to get a little something. Be generous with your abundance. Here are my blueberries right there where the power line is, and right behind it's the loquat, and those azaleas, they're coming down as soon as those loquats get a little bit bigger. And to anchor these blueberries here, I'm gonna put my crabapple right here where the shovel is. That'll anchor it. It'll also give my neighbors an opportunity to grab a few crab apples if they want them. Let's get that one in the ground. Again, just take it. Get you a good wedge on that. Cross it. I think I got a little root right there. Cross it. Because of that root, I'm going to come back this way. And then we can get that in the ground. So we're going to tie our crabapple. Again, deep purple. That way it'll be pretty. Also produce some crab apples for our neighbors. Hey, maybe we get them all, but at least they'll have the opportunity. I like to grow things just for everybody. Now, here's the root system. As you can see, they pretty much go straight down. So when that happens, I just take my shovel and I make sure I have that pushed back far enough for my roots to go all the way down. And as you can see, they naturally spread into the cross. And then, you know, like it's a little low, not a problem. I'll add a little bit of dirt to it. I also got to add a little mulch, and my crabapple will be in the ground. Just that easy. Look, just make sure it's packed in good. Give a good stomp. You're ready to go. The last tree to go on the ground is a medlar. You may have never heard of it. It's a strange name. It's a strange looking fruit. It's actually a strange fruit altogether. It used to be very popular, but it's fallen out of favor. It makes a fruit that's probably about the size of a large golf ball. It's hard like a golf ball, but when you bring it in after you harvest it in October, November, it gets to be really soft. The flesh gets to be the consistency of applesauce. Some people even say it tastes like spice applesauce. So we're gonna get this one in the ground right here by the pond. I have 2 more other places, and when they make, we're gonna do a video on, and we're gonna review the taste. We're gonna see how it is. I'm thinking it's probably a texture thing, but they say if you have a problem with texture, you can make it, use it to make bread, like a banana bread would be a medlar bread. So let's get this one in the ground. Mountain Time Nursery is where I got all these bare roots, plants. I'm impressed with how they come. Still very damp. They come packaged well. I'm also impressed with the root structure of all the plants. The roots are really well developed. So I'm gonna get this one, make a good spot for it. Those roots go deep. You put in the ground. Step on it, make sure those roots get good contact. And there it is, the medlar. Now I'm sure there's people on here saying that is a terrible way to plant any kind of tree. It's a terrible way to put anything in the ground. And I'm okay with that because this is the way I do it. You don't have to do it this way. If you want to dig a hole, if you want to amend all your soil, you can do that. I think, and my experience over the last 4 years is when I put trees in the ground this way, they have a much greater success rate. They don't die on me. They grow after the first year. First year is a little bit slow, but after that they take off. And I think it's because those roots that first year are adapting to the new soil, but then the second year they're taking off. I found if I dig a hole and I mend, the first year it does great, but then the second and third year it slows down as those roots learn to make its way through that native soil. This is just the way I do it. If you don't want to do it this way, do it another way. But I find this easy, quick, and effective, and I'm going to keep doing it. I've had success. Try it out before you write it off.